Alright guys, so it is Wednesday afternoon, got off work a little bit early. Brought, losing my balance. Brought Leroy here to the lake, and he sees a bunch of other dogs, so he's trying to lose me. I want to talk about a few things in this video, and I'm going to try to keep a hold of him, but he wants to chase these other dogs right now. He is literally focused. The one trick I did successfully teach Leroy was heel. Leroy, heel. See, comes right to me. Or in the vicinity of. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, so typically I don't do this and eat breakfast at 4:45 a.m. But all morning I have appointments I'm gonna be in. I'm not gonna have an opportunity to eat anything throughout the day. So we're not doing PT this morning. We're doing a bunch of appointments. The whole unit is from like 7 o'clock until lunchtime. And prior to 7 o'clock I have meetings just for my company. So I'm gonna be quite busy this morning, and I don't wanna fast all morning until lunch just because I'll be miserable. I'm not used to fasting that long. Intermittent fasting is something you have to get used to, something I don't want to get used to or don't really see the purpose of doing. So I'm going to show you my breakfast here. I had to wake up a little bit earlier this morning just to make sure I could make something, get my morning going, coffee as usual. So I'll show you what I'm making for breakfast, and then I'll show you the rest of the meals today. So let's start with the protons. We got 1 cup of egg whites, 1 whole egg with some sharp cheddar cheese. These are actually low carb, high fiber tortillas. Only reason I buy them is for the fiber. Just helps me hit my fiber goals. And they're low carb because I can then eat more carbs. Even though my carbs are really high, I want to eat as many carbs as possible. And then 1 banana and 3 servings of my all-time favorite cereal. You guys already probably know what it is. Honey Nut Cheerios Medley Crunch. Cannot get enough of that stuff. I know a lot of you guys have already bought it because I recommended it, and it is absolutely awesome. And then I'll put in about half a cup of almond milk in there. So I used to weigh everything out, like every little thing I would eat, even condiments. And now I'm to the point where I know what serving sizes look like, and in a bulk, and I'm not really worried about hitting numbers spot on right now. If I was like deep in contest prep, I'd be as accurate as possible. But for example, like I'll weigh out the cereal just to get a really good estimate, because 50 grams extra of cereal can add 20 extra grams of carbs. So I'm trying to stay within that ballpark range. But for like almond milk, ketchup, barbecue sauce, stuff like that, smaller things, bananas, fruit, I don't really weigh it out, I just guesstimate. So I'll just eyeball half a cup. And this is something I recommend doing, because weighing stuff out can get very tedious and time consuming, unless you're like very good at it already. But if you can, just estimate stuff, ballpark it, and you'll get close enough within your range. Alright, and then another thing I'm going to be taking into work are the Zero Clear American just flavored waters. These are 68 cents at Walmart. So I'll pick up like 4 or 5 of these at a time, just because I get tired drinking water sometimes. So the cherry limeade is good. This one's a Fuji apple. I think I had watermelon yesterday. So take this into work, and then probably also take a Monster because I'm sitting in meetings all day. So just to keep you in the loop, tomorrow morning, 5 o'clock, Best Ranger tryouts. And you guys want to know what the series of events were. I just found out this morning from our sync meeting. So what I expected it to be was a 12-mile ruck march, but it's not. It's going to be a series of muscular endurance events at a gym. Don't really know what that entitles. So that's the first thing. And then it is a 3.3-mile run in uniform and just running sneakers. And then a 6-mile ruck march, and then an obstacle course. So it should be from 5 o'clock to 10 o'clock. I kind of wish it would have been the 12-mile ruck march, because over 12 miles, 2 to 3 hours, you can pace yourself, you can judge how well you're doing by the people around you. 6 miles is essentially going to be a dead sprint. with 35 to 40 pounds on your back. So the intensity level is going to be a lot higher than I expected it to be. The uncomfort level is going to be a lot higher than I thought it would be. Okay, so I just ran home for lunch because I want to leave the dog out. Typically I have someone that lives really close to me, a friend, who leaves Leroy out for lunch. Oh my gosh, he's rolling around in the backyard now. But they usually stop by at lunch, let him out, and then leave him out until I get home for dinner or after work. So because it's really warm right now in the winter, I mean December right now, it's like 70 degrees today, he has no problem being outside, especially when it's not going to rain or anything. So I just had to stop by, leave him outside, so I decided to make lunch here. I'll show you what I'm making, or what I made, about to eat, and I gotta head back to work. So this is the second time I've made this burrito. This is just one of these El Paso tortillas. It's about 50 grams of carbs with 6 ounces of chicken breast. There is half a cup of marinara sauce in there, and then 1 slice of provolone cheese, and I just threw the whole thing in the microwave, melted it a little bit. And then I'm gonna throw a little bit of arugula in there. And then on the side here, I have 1 cup of brown rice. I have about half a cup of corn, and then I used a serving of these diced tomatoes and green chilies. It's actually more spicy than I thought it was. And then I'm also, because it's a little dry, I'm gonna just throw some Taco Bell taco sauce in there.
When you saw me, you'd ignore me. Now you want me. You say you wanna call me when you're lonely. It's the same old story.
So while on the topic of the burritos, I had this crazy dream the other night where I opened this restaurant. It was called Bear Burritos, and it didn't have any shell. It didn't have any actual tortilla. But it was like this machine where you threw all the ingredients that are actually usually in a burrito, flash fried it. So it was just like made its own casing. If that makes sense. You get it like Bear Burrito, Bear, and it's like it's bare. It's like it's naked. There's no tortilla on it. It was my dream the other night. Okay, so right now it's 4 o'clock, just got off of work, and I completely forgot, just slipped my mind that tonight I have a hail and farewell, which is where all the new people coming into the unit, you like welcome them, you hail them. All the people leaving, going somewhere else, or leaving the army, you farewell them. It's like a get together. They have drinks, they have food, but prior to leaving, I'm going to make food, so I fire up the grill right now. I'm gonna make some burgers, because right after that, I'm going straight to the gym, because I wanna get to bed early tonight, because tomorrow morning I'll be up at like 3:30. So this is the first time using this grill that I just bought this past week. Okay, so right here I just have some lean turkey burgers. So I'm gonna throw these on the grill. And then for buns, I have just golden potato buns. So I'm also gonna throw those on the grill as well too. So if you throw the buns on the grill just for a little bit, like literally 2 to 5 minutes, they get crispy like this. So the inside is crispy, the outside is still soft. 1 pineapple slice for each, and also 2 slices of Canadian bacon. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw 4 slices of Canadian bacon on the grill, and that will be, it's almost like a Hawaiian turkey burger. Alright, so dinner is 2 of these cheeseburgers. I don't know where I thought of this idea from. Probably from like the Hawaiian pizza I had last weekend. So we'll see how it tastes. There it is. Pineapple's juicing everywhere. Spot on. So good. There are not many flexible dieters out there, or people that track their food and use a food scale, that don't know the pain of your batteries going out at the worst possible moment. So yesterday when I was meal prepping for today, all my batteries died. And you know, you take them out, you try to move them around, and they work for a little bit, and then as you're pouring your food in, it goes low and shuts off. So this new scale I got, the batteries die at least once a month. My old one, which was cheaper, they lasted for months at a time. So I just got done with the chest and back workout. ran to Walmart, picked up some stuff. Picked up these pretzel crisps, which are one of my favorite snacks, especially on top of ice cream. So here's what I got going on post-workout. Nice spread right here. So this is a cup of oatmeal with a scoop and a half of MTS cinnamon protein, some cinnamon there, Walden Farms maple syrup, and Hershey's light sugar-free syrup. And then I have 3 servings of Dreyer's mint chocolate chip ice cream with a serving of those pretzel crisps and then some more sugar-free syrup. Didn't track any of the syrup. And then 1 apple. The apple weighs roughly 175 grams. So that's my post-workout meal. My macros for the day ended up being 92 grams of fat, 478 grams of carbs, 47 grams of fiber, and 249 grams of protein. So pretty much spot on within 5 grams of each macronutrient. Something I wasn't going to bring up in this video, but I'm going to anyways. So even if I win these tryouts tomorrow and I win the whole competition, I beat everyone in the brigade that's Ranger qualified, trying to beat for best Ranger competition, I cannot go to best Ranger. And here is why. So after the new year, I'm going to this new unit that I tried out for a few weeks ago and made. So I'll be leaving the brigade that I'm currently in. The brigade that I'm currently in is holding tryouts for that brigade. So if I go to a different brigade or a different unit, I can no longer represent this brigade. So then why am I even competing? It's because I want to set the example for my guys, for the platoon. And maybe you can take some sort of lesson away from this. Maybe this makes no sense to you why I'm doing it, but it makes sense to me. I could easily not do tomorrow's contest or competition, just do my normal day, not be challenged, and be super comfortable. Even if I don't win tomorrow or do good in this competition, it'll set an example for the subordinates below me, and even if it doesn't make them work any harder or motivate them at all, it'll give them some sort of pride in their unit, knowing that someone is trying to represent their unit for them. The things I've learned over the past couple years with this job is that leadership can't be learned in a book. You can't just read it. I've studied leadership in ROTC throughout college. It made sense at the time, but until you're actually put in those shoes and do the job, then it makes sense. So that's why I'm doing this competition tomorrow. It's not just to represent the unit, but to represent my guys, see the platoon. So I'm just gonna have fun with it, and we will see how I do. So I'll see you guys in the next video.